Back in 2015, Adam directed the Council on Foreign Relations Independent Task Force on US policy towards North Korea. Adam, it's hard to believe that this is actually happening, right? You hear that from a lot of long-term Korea watchers. What are your expectations, if any?
Well, you're right that it's a dramatic development. It is not the first time that we've met with the North Koreans and embarked on negotiations relating to denuclearization, but it is the first time that a U.S. sitting president has met with a leader of North Korea. So expectations have been soaring in Seoul and in Washington. You've repeatedly heard the president and other administration officials say that denuclearization is likely. They've had personal commitments from Kim Jong Un. Experts remain skeptical, as you heard from Ambassador Richardson. Denuclearization's unlikely at this point, certainly not on the timetables that the Trump administration is hoping for in its first term in office. You know, the North Koreans value these weapons intensely for regime legitimacy, as a guarantee against attack from the United States and other external powers. Earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, they declared their program complete. They said it was sophisticated, they're a nuclear weapons power, and they argued that they would move towards mass production of these systems. That doesn't sound like they're prepared to denuclearize.
You know, we've been looking and discussing this issue from just about every angle, right? What do you think that we're maybe missing here? What should we be talking about that you haven't heard enough conversations about?
Well, the big question, there are several things that are being left aside in the rush to a summit. The summit was arranged hastily. The policy process has been messy. So as we move towards the summit, the real question is, what will Donald Trump offer in exchange for what I expect will be rather vague language on denuclearization? Will the president pile on concessions in an attempt to try to ratchet up the optics of a summit to make it appear like it's a major breakthrough? That's a real question at this point. At times, there have been reports that the president is interested in a drawdown of U.S. forces in South Korea, that he's moving towards a peace declaration to end the Korean War. In my judgment, both of those things would be premature at this point without the North Koreans having taken concrete steps towards denuclearization, and yet it could still come to pass.